welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Glow with Mo. And I just want to come back to you with another message. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I've been seeing a lot of think pieces on it, and I wanted to just talk about it before it gets dark, and I just wanted to use the great lighting. And I do have a new microphone. I'm just waiting to get the audio to connect to my phone. I'll get the gadget to connect to my phone. I do. Hello. Yeah, so once I get that, it'll be much better. But anyways, so what I want to talk about is what I'm seeing in the media is people, not reconciliation, but people showing their regret of losing a good person. I think it's, we saw it with Chris Brown with Residuals, which is an amazing song. I'm not saying that these are not amazing songs. We see Offset. He hasn't shown regret. Absolutely. He hasn't shown any regret. He's actually he's showing regret, but he's showing it in an immature way, right? He's showing it in the reverse way, in the immature way, unfortunately. And then we're seeing it with the Lattimore. I think his name is Jacob Lattimore. And then I think there's one more. What's the dude? What's his name? NLE. He did something, a song dedicated to his second baby mama, the mother of his the mother of his children, the second one, Marissa. And the reason why I'm not saying that you cannot show regret, I'm not saying that at all. And to apologize. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think closure is nice. I think acknowledging when somebody was good to you and did right by you. I think that it's always nice to be acknowledged and for somebody to come back and be like, you know what, I was in the wrong, and you are a beautiful person, and X, Y, and Z. I don't see anything wrong with that. But there's something about, in a lot of these cases, except for Offset's in his own land right now, so let's table Offset. There's something about when you are in a happy space. All three of these women are in happy spaces. They have moved on. They have made announcements of like pregnancy. Rihanna's going through the situation with her man. She's happy with her man, but she's going through a situation. They just found out that he got, he's not guilty, but she was going through a situation. Let's address that too. She was going through a situation where her family unit was being tried. So they were in a vulnerable, it's not that they're not together, but they both were in a vulnerable situation as a family unit. Right? And then Lattimore, that situation, she just announced that she's having a baby. Marissa's moved on. All these things. And this is the time. This is the time that you want to put out this music. This is the time. You have to be very mindful when people do things. And it's unfortunate because you want to take things for face value, but a lot of times you have to look at when people do things, because you've had an ample amount of time to do this. You've had an ample amount of time to say these things. But you do it when I'm happy. You do it when it's time for me, when I make an announcement that I'm having a baby with someone. You do it when it's my moment to shine. When I'm having a happy moment. And you're making it about you once again. And I saw one lady, she made a think piece, and she said, some of you ladies are so bitter. It shows that how bitter you are because you can't even see how beautiful Jacob Lattimore, I think his name is Jacob Lattimore, how beautiful his song was, how the cover was. It was beautiful. He could sing. Chris Brown can sing. The song is beautiful. We need more R&B. Absolutely. But inappropriate. Wrong time. You had plenty of time to pull that young lady aside and tell her that you was sorry, but you chose the time when she makes an announcement not even a small announcement, a huge announcement, something that is a rites of passage, something that is huge to her. This is like marriage. This is her first baby. You choose to use a moment that is so big to her, so precious to her and her man, to get on the internet and apologize for all the things that you needed to apologize. NLE, you take the time now. You had that whole time. You had her whole pregnancy when you weren't there to go back. Because you know right from wrong. We all know that NLE is very, he puts off that he's very spiritually in tune. You had all this time. And now when she's happy, you have to be careful. You do not ever allow people. And that's what I'm saying is, when you're happy, this is what stuff happens. When you are in spaces where good things are happening to you, this is when things are going to be sent to shake up your happiness. When you get into a relationship with somebody that you care about, that's when people are going to start coming and trying to tear down your relationship. When family's going to start trying to come down, tear down your relationship. When your exes are going to start trying to come and tear down your relationship. With your friends. I'm not saying that you have to be paranoid. What I'm saying is that you have to be vigilant and see and call a spade a spade. When you're in a vulnerable moment, like Rihanna is, right? Her man's going through something. They're happy, but they're going through a trying time. This is the time you want to make this video, and you want to put a girl that looks just like me in a car and put all these metaphors and all of these symbols and all this stuff about the situation that we went through. This is the time you want to do it? I done dated all these other people. No shade, no, I'm not saying that, but it's been years. Now you want to do this? Chris Brown has dated so many other women since he's dated Rihanna. He's had 3 other kids. But now that Rihanna has settled down, had her children, she's happy. Now you will want to apologize. Now you're thinking about the relationship that you had with her and how much you love her. 3 kids in? Really? You have to be careful when people use the times when you're vulnerable. They'll use your grandmother's funeral. They'll use a funeral. They'll use your own parents' funeral to just slide back in to just be like, oh, I love you. I've always loved you. You use now to come back and tell me that when I'm in a vulnerable space? You've had ample opportunity to tell me this when I was in a strong space and I was in the right mind and I can make sound decisions. But you wait till I'm weak. Not saying you're weak, but you wait till I'm in a vulnerable position to reach out to me and pretend that you care about me and to confess your love to me and to apologize. You have to be really careful with people like that. And I'm not saying you walk around paranoid and all that stuff, but it's inappropriate to do that to somebody, and it's selfish. If they really love these people, they would not have done that to them in their moments. If Jacob Lattimore really loved her and cared about her, he would never have tried to take in her moment and made it about him. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that out there. You guys tell me what you think, but I just wanted to throw that out there because sometimes we get into this fantasy and it's like, wow, this was such a nice, and sometimes, you'll be in the moment and it will confuse you. Like, am I happy? Because these are strong relationships that these women had. These are strong relationships, strong soul ties that these women had. Okay? And sometimes when you're in the midst of trying to find your happiness or you're in your happiness, of course you will have moments of doubt. Of course these things will happen to you because it will challenge you because life will challenge you to really figure out if you are dedicated to moving forward and dedicated to your new happiness and dedicated to the fact of, am I ready to receive the things that I deserve? Am I ready to let go of the things that I no longer deserve? Am I ready to let go of people who will wait for times when it's supposed to be about me and making it about them? Am I ready to let go of those types of people who will try to ruin my moments, who will try to wait for a moment where I am going through something that is vulnerable to me, and to put out a song and disrespect the people that I love? You disrespect my family. So if you disrespect my family, that means you disrespected me. You're trying to ruin what I got going on in my household. Right? Hello? And so it's very important, because these things will happen. I know everybody, like I said, the songs are beautiful. The people can sing. But you have to look at it in a way where it's like, no, it's not about being bitter. It's about disrespect. It's about, this is not your moment. You're still trying to take my moments. You still haven't moved on. Really? Inappropriate. I've moved on. Allow me to move on. Release me. You still, after all these years, refuse to allow me to be happy? You've moved on. I have let you go. And I have not intervened after we went through whatever you had going on. 3 babies in. Rihanna, he done had 3 babies. He done had all these different women around him. Chris Brown. Jacob Lattimore, he's been doing his thing. He wanted to be single. And let's not talk about Offset. I haven't even spoken about him. Offset cheating the whole marriage, humiliating Cardi B, humiliating her. And now when she finally moves on, you want to do all of this on the internet? I mean, that young girl was on the internet screaming to the top of her lungs in pain. No matter how we want to see it, no matter how much people want to, and I use celebrities as examples. I'm not sitting here trying to talk about celebrities. I'm using them as examples because it's what everybody can see. I'm using them as life examples. But this is what happens in real time with even us as common people. How people will operate, and you have to be able to see it. How somebody will disrespect you, will drag you through the mud, and then you will be faithful to them, and then when you are ready to move on, they will then turn around and try to be a victim. And you have to be strong in mind to know that you are not the problem in this. Maybe, yeah, well, I won't say that she's not the problem. I will say that you have to own up to the things that you allowed, but it's time to let it go and move on and understand that you deserve better. And see a person for who they are. Because you can obviously be sleeping with the enemy. Because nobody who loves you, nobody who cares about you will be doing these things. Nobody would be making it their full-time job to humiliate you and to drag you and to try to tarnish everything that you work for, your reputation, everything. Offset's going out bad. And this is why I said it's not your job to seek revenge. And we see what's going on with Offset, because all that he's trying to do with all that he's trying to do to Cardi is what's being done to himself. He's doing to himself. Everything that he's trying to do to Cardi is what he's doing to himself. Trying to ruin her reputation, trying to make her look crazy. All of those things he's doing to himself. And everybody's watching him like, yo, hang it up, dude. Just chill. Even the dudes are like, yo, Offset, you cheated the whole marriage. You cheated the whole marriage and you thought you was that dude. Hang it up. You lost this one. And it's not even about winning or losing. Well, in this case, you lost a good woman. You lost a wife that took care of you, that covered you, covered your insecurities, covered your immaturity. Because we are all now seeing how immature Offset is. She covered him. She made him, I won't say she made him, but she covered him and protected the things that she saw in him that the world shouldn't have seen. And now it's exposed. Now people are seeing the man that he is not. Because he no longer has that covering from his wife. And that's what a woman will do. A good woman will cover you. She will see the things that you might not be, that you might need work in, and she will cover you. She will. And in return, you have to give her that respect. You cannot be out here humiliating her. You have to protect her. You have to love on her. You have to, But he tried to humiliate her. He tried to break her down to the core. And did she handle everything the way that, perfectly? She got it out. We've never been in that position. I've never been in a position in front of millions of people being humiliated by my husband. Never. So I don't know how I would respond. And I knock on wood, I would never ask to be in that position, so I don't know if she handled it right. I could never imagine if she handled it right. But I do hope that, she moves forward, that she's having a good time, that she is honoring herself and whatever she's doing. And Offset needs to go and figure it out, because he is a father and he has daughters. He has to figure it out. So let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. Hit that notification button. I love you guys. Love. Bye.
I got too many hoes. I can't hang you. You like to put that shit in your nose.